Hey everyone, Michael Tiny Saul. It is Tuesday, May 17th at 4:35-ish p.m. and this is continued management of the stock trading watch list for the week of May 16th, 2011. Let's start with Universal Display, Panel, PANL, 4407 entry, 4657 stop loss, 80 cent gain move stops, half off plus 260, and then the second half off plus at 3407. Now, I put it on my blog by 9 a.m. that if we gap down below the entry price to cancel it, but that's a rule that we use on the videos. So even though I said it at the 9 a.m. update, I shouldn't have had to say it, because automatically if we're looking at a short entry and we gap down below the entry, it's canceled. And if we're looking at a long entry and it gaps up above the entry, it's canceled. That's for the video. Okay, you could do whatever you want, obviously, but the video does not manage it. And you could see, it closed a little bit profitable from the entry. Not a big deal. I mean, it was a $2.50 risk anyway, so it's really not that big of a move here. But that's it. We're not going to take credit from it. We're not going to say, maybe you should have. I mean, that's it. Okay, so that's gone. That's off the list. No harm, no foul. Did not trigger. Now let's take a look at Ross Stores. Ross Stores had an 8208 entry with an 8208 stop because we moved the stop to break even. Look at a half off plus $1.30. That was achieved on Tuesday. You could see it traded down to 80.72, which was $1.36 from entry. Going to look to move stops to +1 after 2 points are seen. Right now it's break even. And then the second half, we're looking to take off +4 points. Now, I want to talk about this a little bit here. In yesterday's video, I talked about how we came 1 penny away from the stop movement trail. And I said, but I'm not going to split hairs on a penny, and I'm going to move stops now. And I talked to a friend of mine, somebody who I've known now for a couple of years, and he wanted to ask me a question, and he said to me, well, how come you're not going to split hairs with a penny here, but on GGC last week, he moved stops too early. I think he moved stops 2 cents before the move stop target was hit, and it was never hit. And then he wound up getting stopped out break even. And he's like, well, how do you know when to move it and all that? Okay, so let me try to be clear about what the video does. Okay, the video manages the plays at on an end of day basis. Okay, the only update is the 9 a.m. update. Okay, the update that's on the blog before 9 o'clock with any updates. I update the watch list during the day on the blog, but the rules don't change. In other words, all I'm doing, like today I wrote, okay, Ross T hit the first target. That's not new. That was from the video. In other words, there's no new information put on the blog intraday except, oh, okay, this target was hit, this stop was moved. That's all. I'm just talking about what's going on. I'm not saying, okay, well, I think we should cover here, or, oh, well, I think we should sell here. That doesn't happen. The video is an end of day with the exception of the 9 a.m. update, which is still technically before the open. But once the market is open, you're on your own for management, either by the rules of the video or on your own, whatever it is. That's not going to change. So what I said yesterday was that, okay, well, we came 1 cent shy of moving stops, so I'm not going to split hairs. That was after hours, okay? After hours, I can do any adjustment that I wanted, okay? Now, if we had come a penny before stopping out and then ramped higher, I wouldn't have came on the video and said, oh, well, you got to use your head. You came 1 penny shy. You should have moved stops. No, that's not how it works. Okay? The video rules are from between the open and the close. After the close or before the open, as long as it's before 9 o'clock or at 9 o'clock, sometimes I'll even come on at 9 o'clock and say, hey, check back in 10 minutes, whatever it is. Okay? That's the only time that these rules get adjusted. Otherwise, the rules that the video states are what the video is going to follow. If there are any questions about this, do not hesitate to contact me. Okay, my contact info is at the beginning of the video. But, these are just the video rules that they have to follow. And it's really easy for a lot of these people, these super gurus, to come on and then, tell you, notoriously, oh, you should have done this and you should have done this. Well, you could have done that, but if they're hanging on your every word, okay, they're not going to do that because they don't want to get blasted by you when it doesn't stop out and then it goes in your favor for a big gain and they're trying to blame you for why they're losing and not taking the blame themselves, okay? All the video is doing is laying out some technical analysis that I do, some stock analysis and education, okay? And I like to do these videos to get my thoughts centered, okay? That's what these are for. So nobody's asking you to follow along. You should never follow anybody blindly. You should always do your own due diligence. You should always see if this trade is for you, if you understand it, okay? So I know I'm going on a little bit here, and I'm not mad at my friend for talking to me about it. A guy like him, I appreciate the feedback. He's the guy that I need to hear from because, he's been a friend of mine for a number of years now. So if I'm doing something wrong, I got to know. But and I'm not defending myself, but I just want to make it clear that the video rules are the video rules. Any updates I do on the blog that come after that 9 o'clock update are just what the video said to do the night before. All right? Great. So sorry about that long-winded explanation, but I thought it had to be said. So trade to $80.08 would move stops to +1, and then looking for 78.08 to take the second half off. The first half is off, and then GGC, okay, stops are at 29.26 now, and you could see it looked like we were going to get some downside follow through, but we got the reversal. Actually, volume came up too. It's still relatively low, but it was better than Monday's session. So still going to keep the stop there for now, and that's going to lock in $1.70. So if that gets tagged, the gain will be like 5.5 tenths of a unit, because remember, it's a half unit, right? So, right? It's 5.5 tenths of a unit makes sense. So anyway, so that's it. So the stop is there. Still looking for 24.95 on the second half if it can get some downside follow through. So that's it. No new stocks because of the way the market traded on Tuesday. I want to see what happens Wednesday. It could be a whipsaw kind of day, and I don't feel like getting caught in that. So that's it. I will talk to everybody again tomorrow with the update for Thursday. Have a great trading day on Wednesday.